It's funny. You spend weeks filming moments, capturing energy, collecting stories. You sit down at the desk and realize, now I got to make sense of all of it. What's the real story here? What ties it all together? I've been documenting what's happening around Oak Street for a while now. The music, the people, the speakeasy vibe, but something's been missing. I realized I need the origin story, the why behind these places. And there's only one person who can give me that, Chris. So, instead of overthinking it here, maybe it's time to just get up, grab the camera, and go find the story.
I'm an expert at overthinking things that I shouldn't. You come across as a cool guy, someone who's the opposite. And all my friends are leaving, but I wanna stay here. Can we just stay here? Maybe just
Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm right here with Chris Reeves. He's the owner of this magnificent space right here we call the Crown of the Oak rooftop area. And I DJ over here from time to time. And just tell me, how do you come up with this idea? This is absolutely awesome.
Well, needless to say, the project kind of mushroomed on us. It started off a simple little 3-bedroom hotel and ended up being a 8 total bedroom hotel.
Oh, wow.
With a fine dining restaurant and a speakeasy and a rooftop and a breakfast place. But we really, as we kind of moved forward with the project, wanted a place where somebody could come and actually stay, eat breakfast, eat dinner, eat lunch, have a nice place to go in the evening down in the speakeasy, which we call the Root of the Oak. Up here, of course, is called the Crown of the Oak. And then, of course, the lounge itself is Oak Street Lounge, and the inn is Oak Street Inn. So, and the reason that we came up with that name is because we're on the corner of Oak and Inn.
So even rhymes with that. That's incredible. One of the things about this channel that I put together, in my case, I started all my ventures after 50. I know that you kind of started this part of your venture after 50 for sure.
Into my 60s before I started this project. And I will tell you, I'd lost quite a bit of hair up to that point, but doing a project this involved, pretty insane after a while. When you're mixing so many uses together, where you have bedrooms and you have bars and you have restaurants, I think my age probably helped me more than hurt me. You try to grow a little bit of patience, as you get older. Doing things after 50, I think we're more prepared to do things after than we are before 50,
For sure. For sure. And the energy is just something that, comes along. Even if you don't have the energy at the end of the day when you're building all this stuff, it just happens.
The good news about this is I have my daughter, and Chelsea, she's great, and we're partners in this project. And where my energy, leaves off, hers picks up and continues on.
So, you want to show me around the place?
Sure, absolutely, be happy to.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
This is the hotel.
Yeah, so this is the second floor of the building, and as you can see, you have to have handicap accessibility to be able to get to the multi-floors that we put on the building. So there's the floor level, which is the speakeasy,
right,
the rooftop, and then there's, of course, the hotel here in the middle.
Nice.
And you have to have that to be able to get folks up here if they can't use the steps.
So I always wondered, how in the world you put 7 rooms in such a small building?
Actually, there's 7 rooms on this floor, and there's the penthouse suite
oh
on
my
the top
God.
floor, so that's 8.
Eight rooms.
That's 2 bedrooms, living room, dining room, kitchen,
Yeah.
3 bathrooms, and it's got a balcony.
Oh my God.
So it's a beautiful, beautiful suite, for people that want to get married or just people that want to stay in a nice weekend, have their family. And we've had people rent out the entire building.
Wow.
For family events.
So this is like a one-stop place for entertainment. You have the
Exactly.
rooftop, you have the hotel, You have the speakeasy, you have the lounge,
Yep.
and you even have like a little bit of breakfast downstairs with the Pink Willow.
We have a
breakfast.
whole lot of breakfast downstairs.
Yeah.
The Pink Willow does a great job, and they
Yeah.
also do our room service. So,
Nice. Oh, that's incredible. So this is like kind of like a dream of yours to make it
Absolutely.
work and all that. And I know you started this with almost like the building was like, I know it's like sort of like a historic building, but I remember going to the basement when there was nothing there.
Yeah,
now
it,
there's like
it definitely was an historic building, built back in 1862, of course. It was a general store, post office, hotel, so we tried to integrate some of those themes back into the building. Of course, the hotel being the primary one, right?
Yeah.
The general store is no longer here. We actually put the restaurant in where that's at. And then we really expanded the basement area because it was just, built on a stacked stone foundation and pretty much in bad shape. So
Wow.
we dug it all out, put the speakeasy in, and that is all themed after the post office theme. So when you come in, you have a mailbox that you got to go to and figure out the code to get into the speakeasy. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
So tell us more about the place.
All right, be happy
Let's
to.
go in. This is the lounge.
Yeah, so this is where all the good food comes from.
Burger is absolutely awesome.
We just put that on our fall menu. It
Yes.
really has gone over well.
I love it. So it's, in fact, in one of my other episodes, I'm eating the burger that, and it was like so delicious.
Well, we were kind of afraid to put it on, but people like it a lot, and so I think it really was a good add to our menu.
So for Cottleville, this is like kind of like the unique place because there's nothing around here.
Oh
like
no,
this.
there's nothing like this. This is a unique spot right here. Cottleville needed something a little bit more upscaled. They've got a lot of great restaurants, but at the end of the day, this is a place that somebody can come get really good quality food and not get broke over it.
Nice.
Our price point is comparative to most of the other high-end restaurants in the area, and I think our food's probably the best you can get.
So show me more about this speakeasy that you're talking about.
My best favorite part. Well, when you go to the speakeasy, you have to know how to get in. And so the first thing you need to know is there's a QR code on the wall right here
Okay.
that you can take a picture of with your camera, and it'll give you all the directions you need to be able to get into the speakeasy.
Oh wow. I mean, it's secretive, but it's kind
So-
of like nice.
Correct. It's a
Okay.
puzzle.
I got
That's
you.
what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
So it's a lot of fun. And,
Awesome.
people enjoy doing that. So
Awesome.
that's what it's all about.
Well, let's go down.
All right, let's do
All
it.
right.
So when you put the code, or when you want to get the code to open the door, you have
Okay.
to first figure out which mailbox to go to, and
Oh.
that's where the QR code sends you
Nice.
to the mailbox, and it gives you the combination to get into that mailbox. So you've
Okay.
got to open that up, and then when you open that door,
Okay.
what's going to happen is there's going to be a code in there, and it does change every day.
Okay.
So it's not the same all the time, so you can't come back and use the same code.
Nice.
So you'll open that up, get the code, and then you'll walk over here to get into the speakeasy, and that's the code that you're going to use to actually get into the door.
Oh, that's awesome. So how hard was for you guys to find this particular thing?
These are vintage mailboxes. These
Oh,
come
so
right from
this
the
is-
same year of the building's history, and we just went online and started looking for mailboxes, and we had them all redone and powder coated, and had to figure out all the combinations to each door. It was.
So it's the real thing.
It's the real thing. It is definitely the real thing.
That's
Yep.
awesome. All right, let's go in.
All right, let's do it. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right, so we're down in the speakeasy.
Yes, we are. This is kind of one of my favorite spots because I can see the whole place from here.
Yes.
And the sound is really nice because it's got the padded walls.
Yeah.
A little privacy. So
Yeah.
if you want to bring your girlfriend out, or nice date, or just a
For sure.
nice evening. Now we do serve sushi down here as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's the menu down here is different than the rooftop and
Right.
in the restaurant. So each floor has a different menu.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make the experience really, really cool on each floor and have it be different.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the struggles that you went through building the basement, because I remember coming down here when there was just like dirt walls and, you know, all this water that, you know.
Well, as you remember, it was just a, you know, small little cellar at the front of the building, and, you know, we really didn't plan on tearing it out. We weren't even going to use this down here in the beginning, but when the contractors told us that the stack stone foundation was just kind of settling in to the point that it might crack the drywall and things in the building, it got pretty hairy because we had to lift the building completely off the foundation and dig it out. And I said, well, if we're going to dig it out, let's just dig it out and make a whole basement area. And it became the Speakeasy, which is now the root of the oak.
Nice. Yeah, so, and I remember you working almost like 24 hours down here, because every time I came by, you were like, you know, with a shovel or like moving dirt with a little backhoe or whatever you had, you know, or something like that. I mean, it was just like.
Well, this is another
all the
prime
hours.
example of, you know, a change in plans.
Yeah.
You know, we originally didn't plan on having this down here. It just kind of became part of the project as we move forward. And actually, in my opinion, it's the best part of the project.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm as excited about this as I was anything else in the whole building.
Yeah.
And, you know, the good news is it was the last part we got finished, so it was pretty exciting to get done.
And doing it after 50, you probably, you know, like felt like, oh my gosh, you know, this is like, you know, I'm putting all my efforts right now into this.
You know, my life experiences is what gave me the opportunity to envision this down here, because I grew up in the era where they had disco and stuff like that.
Oh.
And so they had a lot of nightclubs. And so, you know, I kind of had an idea of what I liked and where I went. And so some of those themes got integrated into this particular area down here. My brother was very helpful in some of the design work as well. And it really turned out exceptionally nice.
Awesome. So I know that when we started working together, we started in another building down the street from Oak Street, and that is called the Public Schoolhouse. And I think, you know, we started our, you know, kind of like our relationship on that building. So I want to kind of like show that too. So,
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because that actually feeds this, believe it or not. I mean,
Yeah.
people have weddings over there and they rent out the whole building for their wedding party.
For sure.
So they do the rehearsal dinners here. They do the actual wedding over there and their dinner over there for the wedding. So the both of them actually tie together. So,
Yes.
you know, it's actually a good piece of that business.
And then you started the building or the experience with something called a pop-up bar, and and I remember like going through all those.
We did. Our first pop-up was Christmas, which is actually our biggest one throughout the year because it goes all month long, and we had to keep adding days on, even to the point we're adding Sundays on now. So it sells out in, you know, 30 minutes or so. Once we put it on the internet for tickets, they're gone.
Yeah.
So we just kept adding days, and we don't have any more days to add, so we just do the best we can at trying to get as many people in as we can.
So why don't we just walk over there down the street and check out the
Love to
Public
show it to you.
Schoolhouse?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Good luck. Now we're in the VIP section.
VIP of the Public Schoolhouse. What do you think?
Yeah, well, each year we have about 3 or 4 VIP sections that people can rent for bigger groups,
Yes.
and a little more comfy and special service, and
Nice.
you know, little extra gifts and things like that when they order. So
Yeah. So this is called the Public Schoolhouse, and this is where we started our relationship
Yes.
a few years back. And I mean, I remember like you building everything here, the floor, the windows, the ceiling, the whole thing. I mean, was this more difficult than Oak Street, or?
Actually, it was, because it was the first time I had to deal with an historic building.
If you were to like do this all over again, I mean, like, would you make any changes to like your workflow? Because, I mean, after 50, there's a lot of work, you know?
You know, the nice part about it is, you know, I wasn't on a timeline. And when I first started this process, I really didn't know what the building was going to be. It just kind of evolved. You know, my daughter had the idea of putting an event space in, and I said, well, what does that entail? What's it look like? I didn't realize how short we were on event spaces. People want to get married at a venue where you go that it's not a shopping center. And so this is kind of a destination type location.
Yes.
And you know, we really tailored it around, you know, those private events that people could come in here and just have a personal time, you know, with the space. And we'll do anything for anybody. Our job is to make these dreams come true for people, and I can tell you the people that we have here can do it.
So if you were going to inspire people that are over 50 and they want to, I mean, do something like this, or maybe a little smaller, I mean, like what would your recommendation for them be?
Look, if you've got a dream and an aspiration to do something, I'd say, I don't care what age you are, 50, 60, it doesn't really matter. You know, if the mind can think about it, it can achieve it, you know, and use your experiences in life and just push forward and get it done. It can be done.
So what's next for you?
What's next?
What's next? I mean, what other projects
You
you have?
know, we've got a couple other irons in the fire. We're just trying to get them all sorted out. But, you know, I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
So
I know, you just keep going and going and going.
it's really, I'm at a point in life where things are really starting to get fun.
That's right.
You know, you start to see people enjoy what you've built and they appreciate it. And so we're trying to figure out, you know, what other things might fit in Cattleville that would be uniquely different, because we don't want to be the same. Everything we do, we want it to be different, but try to fit what we already have as well.
For sure.
You know.
And again, thank you for allowing me to actually work with you for all these years.
Oh, my pleasure. You've done a great job. Really appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Thanks, Angel.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
I'll be saved by rock and roll. You can take my money, steal my car and sell my clothes. You can take the shoes I'm in, go on and take everything. You can have about everything I own. Just leave that old piano, maybe a chair, so I can sit down there